This is a step-by-step guide on how to replace the radiator in Nissan cars. I'll be using a Nissan X-Trail for this demonstration, but the procedure should be similar for other Nissan models. I'll start by removing the air duct. Next, I'll drain the engine coolant by opening the radiator drain plug, which is located at the bottom of the radiator. Then, I'll remove the radiator cap to allow the coolant to drain out. Now, disconnect the lower radiator hose and remove the automatic transmission fluid cooler hoses. What do you think of the instructions in this video so far? Tell me in the comments if you had any problems and how you fixed them. Disconnect the battery cables from the terminal and remove the battery. Then, disconnect the fuse box and move it to the side. Tell me in the comments the model and year of your car. Was it easy to replace the radiator? Were the steps the same or different? Disconnect the upper radiator hose. Use a rope or a cable tie to safely position it aside, keeping it out of the way for the next steps. To remove the radiator fan box, I need to disconnect these electrical connectors attached to it. Next, I will remove the reservoir hose that is connected to the radiator. Next, remove the 10mm bolts that secure the radiator fan box to the radiator. This will allow you to detach the fan box and access the radiator. Carefully move the radiator cooling fan assembly to the side. There's no need to disconnect any electrical cables connected to it. With the radiator cooling fan assembly moved out of the way, I now have clear access to the radiator, making it easier to remove and replace it. Remove the brackets that mount the radiator to the vehicle. This will allow you to lift the radiator out of its position. While you are on my channel, don't forget to check out my other auto DIY tutorial videos. Now that the radiator is loose, it's safe to remove it. Gently lift the old radiator out of the engine bay, taking care to avoid any remaining coolant that might spill out. Unpack the new radiator and inspect it to ensure it is identical to the old one, with the same dimensions, fittings, and connections. Typically, new radiators are equipped with new fluid cooler connections, specifically designed for the transmission connection, to ensure a secure and leak-free fit. Mount the new fluid cooler connections to the corresponding ports on the new radiator, ensuring a tight and leak-free connection. Carefully place the new radiator into the engine bay, aligning it with the mounting points on the bottom of the radiator. Ensure it is properly seated and centered before proceeding to the next step. Apply a layer of grease to the areas under the mounting brackets to prevent corrosion. Reinstall the radiator mounting brackets and hand tighten the bolts to hold the radiator in place. Do not fully tighten the bolts yet, as this will allow for adjustments later on. Carefully place the cooling fans back onto the radiator, aligning them with the corresponding mounting points and clips. Double-check that the fans are securely seated, evenly spaced, and properly oriented, just like they were before removal, to maintain optimal cooling performance and prevent any damage. Secure the fan box assembly to the radiator with bolts. Tighten them firmly to ensure a stable and rattle-free installation. With the radiator and fan box assembly in place, tighten the radiator mounting brackets to the vehicle's chassis or engine bay using the appropriate bolts. Slide the upper radiator hose onto the new radiator. Then, secure the hose in place with the hose clamp. Ensure the hose is securely tightened to prevent any leakage. Reconnect these electrical plugs to their original sockets. Return the fuse box to its original mounting position, ensuring it is securely installed. Reinstall the battery and secure it with its mounting brackets. Then, connect the battery terminals to the battery, ensuring a tight and clean connection. Connect the lower radiator hose to the new radiator's outlet. Then, connect the transmission coolant hoses to the new radiator's transmission coolant fittings. Adjust the hose clamps to their proper position and tighten them firmly to guarantee a tight, secure connection. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? Hit the subscribe button to receive notifications of my new videos on different topics. Reconnect the reservoir hose to the radiator, ensuring a secure and leak-free connection. Using a funnel, pour the coolant into the radiator until it reaches the appropriate level. Perform a final inspection of all hoses, clamps, and fittings before starting the engine. Verify that all connections are secure and tightened properly. Reinstall the air duct in its original position and secure it with its retaining screw. Make sure it's properly aligned and tightened firmly. Start the engine. Allow it to run for a few minutes and check for any leaks. Congratulations! The radiator has been successfully replaced. Be sure to check out my channel for more informative videos that you might find interesting. Don't forget to subscribe and post any questions in the comments section.